Hydra has been nerfed this week. Let's talk about it and let's see the results. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Grim Reaper for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Today we're going to talk about the Hydra being nerfed by a Pacific champion, and it's going to be the one and only Mr. Orc's Gaelic dad. And I'm going to talk about how he is out damaging Royal Guard even with a 6-star blessing and a husk as well. So I'm going to start with a run and then I'm going to come back and give you the tips and tricks and all the gear requirements and masteries. Okay, so here we are. This is the team that we're showcasing today for Nightmare Hydra. As you can see, it was a full auto team. Nothing really crazy going on here. There's no crazy champions. Krisk is a nice champion to have for sure, but again, not crazy. Duchess is nice, but not a crazy champion. She is a non-void legendary in the day. These can be replaced quite easily. You can use champions like Sifi, Ironhide, anyone with a veil, or maybe even bring a Samuel in if needed to. Just bear in mind, this is Nightmare, and Wrath hits like a son of a god. Mr. Chris just kind of holds it all together and is super OP itself, probably one of the best Hydra champions in the game right now, and just super good overall. But this is the person who we're talking about. Now, as you can see in a run, he gets digest very quickly compared to Royal Guard, and he still nearly puts up the same numbers as Royal Guard. Royal Guard is an enemy max HP, Bernie Mani is epic, and Husk as well, and he's out damaged both from this rotation. So that is really intriguing to see. They've all got the same kind of style of builds. If anything, Royal Guard has a better build than Husk and because he does than the Orc champion, because he doesn't need accuracy, right? So it's much easier to build him. Hugo coming in with a block buffs and a defense down, offering a really valuable service there as epic, probably one of the best epics in the game. Honestly, Husk and Royal Guard can be replaced with multiple champions. If you have crazy champions like the Void Chick Girl, go for it. She's definitely going to do way more damage. This team generally itself could have done way more damage if it wasn't for the bad RNG that I received, or even done this on manually and controlled Mischief a bit better than the AI setup that we set up. So Royal Guard, obviously 6-star blessing, it has a big advantage. Akar hasn't even got Brimstone, so that is a big thing as well. If you had Brimstone, it's probably going to out damage Royal Guard in that aspect of this rotation. I think it's a really good idea to get a video out this rotation, or a couple of videos out this rotation, so we've still got 3 weeks of farming. So let's look at our stats for the Void. As you can see, I have no Hydra upgrades in the live arena, so everything that you see is organic and it's to do with Guardian Factions, Masteries, Classic Arena, Affinity bonuses, and artifacts and base stat bonuses. So as you can see, for Nightmare stats, we have 400 accuracy, we have 98 critical rate. Honestly, I would love 100. It should be 100. We have a whopping 247 critical damage, which is a massive bonus for him. He doesn't need critical damage, by the way. You could just rely on him to do raw damage in Relentless from the HP burns, which is probably the more important, and also having the accuracy to land the decreased attack, especially if you don't have a champion like Krisk. This guy overall is a massive Hydra nerf. This rotation, definitely someone you should be using, and a lot of people are using him unbooked. Mine's fully booked, obviously. I like to fully book my champions, and we have 65,000 HP. He will destroy his HP. I'm pretty sure that his kit has been fixed now from the kit. I didn't see any major issues from the run. So how do I build him then? We're going to start off with accuracy banner. We have critical damage with triple accuracy, and then a HP ring with triple HP ring. Now this is end game gear. I've been playing this game for 4 years, so I need to bear in mind it's not free to play gear. The gear requirements are quite intensive, but this is Nightmare Hydra after all. It was a full auto key, and I made it look quite easy, and I could even overkill this even more if I sent my artifacts, etc. Now, I used to be a high spend player. I am not no more a high spend. I spend probably about 30 bucks a month now, if even that. So as you can see, there's no triple speeds along the top row. It's just looking for critical rate, accuracy, critical damage, and speed. And then we got critical damage lows with critical rate, and I'm just looking for it to be everywhere possible. Now Relentless again is a bonus, but you don't need the Relentless. Another thing to bear in mind as well, if you do have it, refresh is also another big bonus, which I could have easily added into this build to make it even more OP and add a bit more to him. So with that, this is his masteries. His masteries are quite simple. I'm just going to move my head out of the way quickly. So we have War Master to mainly do that. We have Master Hexer for the HP burn and to try and get the HP burn through 3 turns. And we have Sniper as well. We also have the Cycle of Violence, which is really important to try and get that cooldown effect on that A2 and that A3. Life Drinker is really important as well, just to give him a bit more healing into his kit, because his passive isn't honestly that great for healing, so he does need a bit more from that, and he does get that from raw damage. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of stats there. Duchess is nothing special, there's no resistance. You've got Arena Masteries, Arena Blessing. Sorry, this is the wrong Duchess. This is the right Duchess. So we have Polymorph, nothing special here. And then as you can see, I just need her to be faster, the fastest champion in the comp really. She doesn't need to be 292 speed, she could be 260. It works. She has a speed aura, gives you a bit more speed. Now I do want everyone to be faster than Mr. Krisk, just generally to try and bait mischief, and that is something that is one of the reasons why I'm running so much speed. So again, I'm looking for all my champions to be faster than 230 speed, but we have got a speed aura from the Duchess as well. So that's something to bear in mind. So nothing special from her. Mr. Krisk, who is something that's quite special. His gear is quite good, his stats are quite good, but again, I could make this even better if I wanted to. He has 418 accuracy. You do need 400 accuracy plus for Nightmare, so just bear that in mind. That's for all the heads, not for DK, right? We need 500 resistance, so if you're using a resistance aura like Sifi, you can lower it by 80, and we are a bit of an overkill here. 4,000 defense. Again, I would like a little bit more defense, but it is what it is. There's no critical rate on this or critical damage, but honestly, I haven't rebuilt my Krisk in a long time, and I think once I can probably send his gear up and do the arena bonuses, I could probably pump a lot more damage into Mr. Krisk after that. So that's probably something I will look at in a couple of months. And then quite healthy HP at 60,000. These are his masteries. Again, nothing special. I probably wouldn't recommend going down a defense tree. I just needed the extra resistance at the time, and again, we've got some interesting stuff going there. And then we have got Mr. Royal Guard after this. This guy has a 2-piece refresh, a relentless set, so really lots of RNG, and a 6-star blessing as well. So I did get a 5-star blessing for him. I did get the last one. I think Phantom Touch is probably the way to go for the A2 if I'm honest, and he hits like a absolute truck. So I might have none of the crazy champions, but I do enjoy having him around for that. The support tree is a bit of a mess. It doesn't really matter what goes on the support tree. I just don't want to take Retribution because I don't want to get fit. Cycle of Violence was probably one of the most important masteries on Royal Guard, so make sure you take that into consideration when you are building him out. Life Drinker as well is probably the most second important. That is how he heals. And then we have War Master as a tier 6 as well. So how do we build Mr. Royal Guard? We have a defense, but mainly here, this is in here for speed. You could use HP as well, or anything that has really good speed. We have critical damage, we have HP with HP substats, nothing special on that ring, but it is refresh. Speed with critical rate, and then I'm looking for critical damage and speed as substats after that. So as you can see, we've got a little bit of critical rate and attack here. We don't really need attack, but it does help on that A1. And again, that becomes a slight bonus. So overall, he has 46,000 HP, which is really damn good for a Royal Guard, if I'm honest. We have got 239 speed, again, 1 speed faster than Krisk, and a whopping 281 critical damage. Now, once my finite is done, I will be working on my Hydra, and to be honest, for Hydra, for my account, I don't really want to be touching the speeds. If I'm honest about anything, I'm happy with my speed tune. Speed will be the last thing I will do on my Hydra because my teams are speed tuned. But what I will be working on is at critical damage, ignore defense. So obviously critical damage first, ignore defense, probably third or fourth maybe. Accuracy is definitely something I will work on because I would like a little bit more accuracy on my husk, so accuracy is really important for me, and defense and then HP for me, which will be really important for Krisk, Duchess and all them superior champions for support. I think that is a way to go for myself. Now for most people, for the Great Hall bonuses, I would actually say probably better off to start with accuracy, because you do benefit from accuracy the most, and maybe even resistance if you're struggling from resistance for the mischief. If you do be able to build good mischief tanks, that is something to take into consideration, and this is something now that I am now taking it forward in a note and working with people to get them up to Nightmare Hydra. Is I'm asking them to save their Great Hall bonuses so I can use them when the takeover comes. As you can see, we have a 3-piece refresh on Mr. Husk, and I don't really show my nightmare stats that much because normally my videos are hard or brutal, but this is Nightmare's gear, and honestly I do not use best gear in most of the videos for Hydra, and it's kind of nice to show you now what is my best gears like for my Hydra. So obviously you can see Mr. Husk is probably slacking from the other two champions. He only has 209 critical damage, but he does have multiple jobs within the team, as well as supporting Chris to lock down the DK head. No DK this rotation, so I could actually take that accuracy away and just use him as a raw damage dealer. I'll just replace him with a better damage dealer like another Royal Guard, for example, or Geomancer or anything like that. I don't generally like Geo for full auto comps, so that is why we're not coming with anything special. We only have a 5-star here as well for critical damage, and then a really shitty banner as well. So mind my French there, but it is true, it is not the best of builds, but it works, right? So there we are. We've gone through all 5 of my champions. I've gone through all the Masteries, so I don't think I showed you in Husk Masteries. So we did go down the accuracy tree for extra accuracy, and actually need to change these Masteries because I should have Cycle of Violence there to make sure that we are boosted back up. So there we are, guys. There is the NERF for Hydra. This guy is absolute beast in Hydra. I don't care where you guys are within Hydra, because this guy will come in at any level, and he is definitely worth building around him. He is someone you want to take and then build your team around him to benefit from him. He brings you so much utility, and he is a massive nerf to the Hydra content now that everyone can access him for free. And I feel really sorry for any players that come in after him that can't be able to get him for free, because he's going to be so good for a lot of players from early game all the way through. Now I'm not done with this guy. I am going to be posting more videos and building more free-to-play teams around him next week with Hydra, when I am available to get him back from my Hydra key. And I'm also going to be building a couple of teams today on my Twitch stream, grimreapertvraid, later on today at 5 PM, so it's about 3 hours from now, and building and testing them out in other content and seeing what else that we can do with him and what other fun comps we can do. So I'll be looking at Spider, Ice Golem, probably we'll get rid of the Relentless build for them, and then we'll probably be looking at Doom Tower bosses later on in the week. I don't feel that there is any Doom Tower bosses this rotation that is going to be a massive effect on him, if I'm honest, because Dark Fane kind of needs turn me to control. I don't know, there might be 1 or 2 bosses maybe that he'll have some effects on this rotation. If not, we will be working on him the next rotation. But bear in mind, P versus E is also where he's awesome, and I will be looking at him in the arena as well and seeing if he can offer any type of value as a HP AoE nuker, because yeah, at the end of the day he has got 3 AoE nukes, so that is something that I'll also be looking in and trying to build a free-to-play team around him. Right, until then, I will see you on the next video. Peace out, have a great weekend, and a great bank holiday Monday, and I'll see you later on in the week.